Are you the cookie cutter or are you the sculptor? Hi, I'm Hayley from Parallel Coaching, where we work with fit pros to become confident and knowledgeable and be dedicated to more with their clients. A question that we get a lot relates to planning. And what we've noticed after working years with fit pros is that in planning, people get fearful, scared and fearful of a lot of different things. They fear of getting it wrong. They fear that if they try something new, they're going to break their clients. They're feared about injury. They fear that they're not going to get a result with their clients. They fear that they're guessing. And this becomes this great big list of fears that lock us into a real comfort zone with planning. So with planning in particular, that comfort zone means that we end up doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So same client, you give them the same program, the same structure, the same warm-up, the same exercises, the same reps, the same intensity. And all of these things become the same. And essentially you end up using a cookie cutter approach to work with all of your clients. But the problem that we have here is that one size does not fit all. It doesn't fit all goals. It doesn't fit all clients and all client abilities. It's really important that you don't see yourself as a cookie cutter. So if you are seeing yourself as a cookie cutter, just know that there is another possibility, and that other possibility is that you can instead think about sculpting your clients, sculpting the result that you want them to have, and sculpting the clients that you're working with. In particular today, I want to talk to you about classes and how do you sculpt a result within a class. Now, you could go along let's say you run a regular circuit class, and you could sort of go along and literally use a cookie cutter approach, so you have the exact same class structure, same format every single session, or you could sculpt everything that you do to help get a specific client a specific goal. How does that work? I'm going to share with you 3 simple steps that you can follow that sculpt your class programming and your whole class scenario so that you know you're getting a set result with your client. First one is that you sculpt the attendees. So you want to know that the people you're choosing for your class, whether that's a circuit class, whether it's a kids class, whether it's a exercise to music class, a step class, doesn't matter, a Pilates class, you want to get the right type of people in your class so that they all have some similarities, because you're not going to be able to plan a single session with a ton of different goals and a ton of different types of people, because one size doesn't fit all. So you need to make sure that you are specific in your marketing to get that one type of person, one type of client. So you might have all men aged 30 to 50 that all want to lose weight. You might have all 40-year-old women or 40-ish-year-old women that want to reduce belly fat, or that want to tone up their stomachs post-baby. You might have all runners that want to improve their agility and their personal bests. So you've kind of got this very specific outcome based on them attending your classes. So you need to have that set outcome, and you also need to sculpt the attendees that go into that group, so it's not open for everybody. That's step 1. Step 2 is to then sculpt the weekly attendance for that. So you've got sculpting the attendees, and then sculpt the progress is number 2. So you start off, you draw out your plan. Let's say it's a 6-week program, an 8-week program, 12-week program. You draw out all the progressions you want to see across all of the variables, frequency, intensity, time and type, and you draw out all of these different variables and sculpt how they're going to progress. Because in doing that, you're sculpting the physiological adaptation that you want to see in your clients. Remember, all your clients are fairly similar starting point, fairly similar end point that they want to get to, so you can sculpt the progressions that you want to see. This means you can guarantee a result. Then finally, the last one is to sculpt the individual adaptation. So you've got all these different people in a class, and then as a result of having all of these different people, but they're at a similar start point and a similar end point, they're still going to have differences that they need. And that's where you put the adaptations on the individual sessions on the day. So you might know that One lady has got a dodgy wrist, so you adapt the press up for her or the plank for her. You might know that one person got a little bit of low back pain amongst having the same sort of goals, so you can adapt. Or somebody should avoid jumping and impact work, so you adapt that. And that's really key. So they're the 3 areas. 3 areas are, first of all, sculpt the attendees, then sculpt the progress, and then sculpt the individual adaptations. And this will mean that you become a sculptor in your planning for your classes rather than a cookie cutter. And I don't know about you, but your client is not a biscuit. You are not a biscuit. You don't want it to look exactly the same the whole way through. You don't want all of them to be the same because they don't want to feel the same. They want to feel like you're putting the love and care and attention into them, even if it is a class. And in order to do that, you have to be very particular, like a sculptor. You have to see that final outcome like a sculptor. And you have to really sculpt the outcome that you want to take place. And this is something that we teach in our circuit course. So if you do want to know more about how you can sculpt planning for a group and coaching in a group-based scenario, then definitely reach out. There is a link that goes with this video and where you can find out more about our circuit training qualification that we run here at Parallel Coaching. Outside of that, thank you so much for joining me. In fact, if you could leave me a comment below, that would be great. Let me know whether you currently are being a cookie cutter or whether you've mastered it and you're already a sculptor. Just drop a comment below, cookie cutter or sculptor, and I look forward to reading your comments. Make sure you do hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.